BK here at the No Prorogue protest for Support Local.Scene. You can see a lot of slogans being chanted. I've been here for about an hour, 45 minutes myself, and it's all basically the same thing. Harper works for us. The people united will never be defeated. And somebody very interestingly, came up, and I was filming some stuff, and they said, next someone's going to talk about money. And I was like, wow, maybe they got some monetary reform person. But no, they were talking about putting money in the buckets of people who walk around for paying for all this stuff.
Someone with an orange reflective vest and a basket with a poster for the rally on it. And we're going to ask you to be generous and to help us to pay for all the costs that we incurred to be here today.
Rally donations right here, guys. Thanks for your help. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think our Canadian athletes are doing one heck of a job trying to training for the upcoming Olympics, and I think that they deserve a good salary, and since Stephen Harper's not working, we should give them his.
Nation, stop the prorogation. Listen to the nation. 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 Stop the prorogation.
Unfortunately, this is kind of like a release valve. I think this has been done since the 1960s by the CIA. You basically take thousands of people who already believe in what's going on. You take all their frustration, all their anger, you get them together in one place like a sports event and just let them vent like maniacs. And then when they go home, they'll do nothing. So if these people were to reach out to their fellow neighbors with a better understanding of these issues, then we might get something done on this. But if a bunch of people, 2,000 or so in this city who believe the same thing, get together and yell, yeah, and go home, then they're not going to get much out of it. So keep an eye on this. It's a great scene. It's great to know Canadians care. Let's see how much they care by seeing how much they're willing to figure out about the New World Order.
Well, I thought that I'd try and bring a little libertarian flavor to the protest today. When Stephen Harper studied at the University of Chicago with Tom Flanagan, he read Friedrich Hayek, the works of Friedrich Hayek, for a long time. And that's about 180 degrees, about as far away as you can get from what he's doing right now. Friedrich Hayek was for small government. He was certainly not for looting, for giving taxpayers' money to banks. That was right out. And one of the main things that he pointed out was the kind of government Stephen Harper's given to us has in the past led to tyranny. I don't think that we have an opposition in this country. Harper claims to be a conservative, but he's just a different flavor of socialist.
Just too many ostriches, I thought there'll be a little bit less ostriches, but there's too many ostriches.
Nothing would surprise me about Stephen Harper. He's got a hidden agenda that he's going to try and put through, but we're wise to him now. Everybody's wise to him. Everybody around here. That's why we've got such a big crowd today, because young and old. I mean, I've never seen such a multi-generational group.
Didn't surprise me. He's got a track record of this, so it's not a surprise, it's just a shame.
No, that doesn't surprise me at all. I think that his numbers went down in the polls, which I think is great. So he won't get a majority, and maybe his ass will get kicked out anyway.
Non-partisan. I don't like Iggy either.
No! No!
I'm glad to see so many people out, and I hope that people also come out for the G8 protest that's coming in June. You can find out more information on G8 210 Canada.
Who's Canada? Who's Canada? Who's Canada?
And that'll be in Toronto. So if you want to make sure that it's peaceful and non-violent, come out and organize with us.
I'll tell you something. In 1999, Parliament in Canada actually voted to accept the Tobin tax in 1999, but just 2 months ago, Flaherty says there's no interest in the Tobin tax. Yeah, well, 10 years ago, Parliament was interested in the Tobin tax. So I'm looking forward to the G20. We got to tell Flaherty there is an interest in the Tobin tax. Our interest, not his interest.
Hey, hey, oh, Stephen Harper's got to go. Hey, hey, oh,
Harper's dangerous for Canada and outright evil, in fact, and I hope that Canadians would unite finally and that the Liberals would find the courage to form a coalition and get rid of the guy.
Listen to the nation! Stop the prorogation!
Yeah, I think there could be a coalition if Ignatieff would put aside short-term partisan gain and do something for the good of the country.
Canadians and the good of the country.
We got to get energy going. That's what we got to do. We got to preserve. If we don't preserve democracy, it's going to disappear. We're going to sleepwalk our way into oblivion. If we don't preserve this democracy we got.
Hopefully, this will be like a catalyst to bring people together, so that we'll realize that all fronts are united: environment, social, economic. These are all forms of justice that are being mistreated by our current minority government. And I know that there are people in the government that wish that it wasn't so. So we have to bring those people to power.
And you think Harper's going to get the message?
I think Harper gets his walking papers from Bilderberg. He gets his orders, his marching orders rather, from Bilderberg. And if we want to give him his walking papers, then we got to do more than worry about what Harper's going to feel about this.
Whose house? Okay, we're gonna sing "Oh Canada."
Vote Facebook.
Let's do it together, guys.
Facebook.
Oh.